Hi, my name is Sebastiaan, and I'm an ex-social anxiety disorder sufferer. And in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the journey of social anxiety to social confidence. And I thought of shooting this video when I was racing for a 10K. It's just a small run, and it was a fun run, but I've been injured for a while, and I've been, practicing soccer and running since 3 weeks again. And when I started running the race, as I was starting the race, I got all these insights as to how much this little race relates to the journey of self-development and overcoming your social anxiety. So I just want to go over that a bit. I thought that would be fun. So first of all, before I started the race, I had a goal in mind. I knew, all right, well, I haven't been exercising for a long time. I'm not in super shape, but in pretty good shape. I don't smoke, don't drink, eat healthy, so I'm in pretty good shape. So realistically, I can probably make it anywhere between 50 and 55 minutes. So that's roughly going to be my goal. So I've got a goal. Now I know where I'm going, so that's step one. In your journey to social confidence, you want to have a goal as well. It's not just, oh, I want to stop being anxious. No, you want to have clarity. What's my life going to look like? Why do I want it? And, because that propels you forward. Now, as I started running, I have a certain pace. And I made a commitment to myself, and I ran the 21K at the beginning of the year. I made the commitment to myself, hey, this is as slow as I go. I can go faster, but if I decide to go faster, then I need to keep that pace up. I'm not going to go slower regardless of how tired I am. So a commitment to yourself. It's important to make commitments. So I commit to doing the inner work. Or really, are you going to commit to doing the inner work? Well, then do it. Then there are no excuses. Your favorite program, you're feeling tired, you gotta walk the dog, this is not your day, you're not feeling like it, whatever you come up with, you've got that commitment with yourself, so you're gonna keep it. So as I was running, just looking down because I made some notes, I want to make sure that I'm covering it. Right, so as I'm running, it's just a fun run, it's not super competitive, maybe 500 people participated, but they were throwing... It was called the color run. It was in the evening, and they throw around some colory powder. So everyone's like, at some points they throw powder on your face, and it's fun. But I still wanted to set a good time. So I started. We were a bit late, and when we showed up, we could start at the front. Great. And as we're taking off, so we're with about the top 10, and I'm taking my pace. I'm running there with the top 10, and maybe after a kilometer or something, a couple of people start chasing me up. Now, rather than comparing my pace with their pace, I was like, okay, I'm running my own race. This is my race. They might be in better shape. They might be further ahead than I am, but I'm running my own race. I'm doing this for me. You might be able to relate to that when you compare yourself to other people and you're like, oh, I'm not as good as them yet. I'm not as far. They're far more comfortable than me. Oh, I'm such a loser, a pathetic person, blah, blah, blah. That's not great, right? You don't want to do that. Then, what the hell did I mean by that? Long-term perspective. Well, I'll skip that one because I don't really know what it means. Persisting through discomfort. Yeah. So as I'm racing, I'm keeping up my pace, and eventually, that you're gonna get some little pains. You're gonna get some discomforts. I had like sour from my stomach coming up to my throat. My knee kind of started to hurt, and I'm like, I could have stopped and come up with excuses like, this is not really working. You're going to have ups and downs on the journey. And when you just keep your focus, you keep a long-term focus, that's what I wanted to say. You have a vision of, hey, this might take a month, it might take a year, it might take 10 years. Whatever it takes, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to keep going. And things are going to come up. It's going to get difficult. Other times it's going to be easier. There are going to be challenges on the way. But as they come up, I'm going to go through them. And as I go through them, I'll grow. All right, so then... yeah, so there's a reward at the end. Right? As I was running, this is also kind of funny. So I'm running, and I'm running in one pace. And there was a guy ahead of me, maybe a couple of 100 meters ahead of me. And very, 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 very slowly, I'm catching up with him. And as I'm catching up with him, eventually, because my pace was maybe like a half a kilometer an hour faster, I'm slowly moving ahead of them. And he sees that, and he's like, oh no. And he starts to pace up. I'm like, fine, I'm just running my pace. I've got a long-term perspective. I'm going to keep going. This is not a sprint, this is a marathon. The same for your social anxiety. It's not a sprint. You're not all of a sudden going to resolve it. It's going to, it's a bit of a marathon. It's going to get better and better and better. And, eventually the guy had to give up and he was left behind. Yeah, so the reward is at the end, but you'll have improvements on the way. And you want to celebrate each victory. So at the beginning of the race, a whole bunch of people chased ahead of me. And one woman in particular that stood out. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess she's just faster than me. It's just the way it is. But as I was running, I started pacing up around kilometer 7 because I still had quite a bit of breath. And then at kilometer 8, she was walking with her hands in her side. And I'm like, wow, I'm not at the finish yet, but it feels good that I've beat her, if you will. So there's a little victory for me on the road. And as I was running as well, this was throughout the run, I'm looking around me, I'm seeing what's happening, and I might have some discomforts going on, but there are also things going on around me that I can appreciate, and I'm like, this is great, I'm building my willpower, and I'm looking for things to feel good rather than looking for things to feel bad about. It's like, oh, I'm still stuck with this anxiety, I still have anxiety in this situation, I'm not perfect here yet. Blah, 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 blah. You want to look for reasons to feel good now, even though you haven't yet achieved your goal. All right? So enjoy the journey, celebrate each victory, and continuously move forward. I thought it was kind of fun to shoot a video of this, and hope it's been helpful. If you're watching this and you haven't yet listened to my podcast where I interview Western traditionally trained psychologists who are who have incorporated Eastern energy psychology into their practice and have their results with their clients skyrocket, then go check it out. We cover amazing topics. Last week was how to become comfortable with dating. Previously, it was how to be comfortable with sex. We've covered how to overcome shame, how to, self-acceptance, key to social comfort, getting rid of your past. We covered so much amazing things, as well as a lot of exciting techniques that help you free yourself of your social anxiety so you can live your potential, be yourself, feel great, be authentic, and just have a great time in life, So hope it's been helpful. If you want more videos like this, I'm releasing one every Thursday. Here's where you can subscribe. And I'm kind of running out of questions to answer. So if you have a question, feel free to send it to me. If you just send me one, thank you. And I'll look forward to connecting with you next week again. Bye for now.